Hello, everyone. Daniel here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we'll be doing a review for Orphan Black Echoes, Episode 1, the pilot. This is a follow up series to the Orphan Black series with Tatiana Maslany. Now, I will say before getting into this, I haven't never seen Orphan Black, but this show has Kristen Ritter, so I was very excited to kind of check it out. I think overall, before I get into any of the spoilers, this show is interesting. It has a lot of fun concepts. It has a lot of things that I feel we can really explore. Now, this pilot was not the strongest, and I don't think that was I don't think that's because I'm unfamiliar with the Orphan Black previous series. Although there are a few things that led me to believe there were some hints or some little, Easter eggs and stuff like that. But I think they could do a little bit better with the character exploration. But Kristen Ritter's great, and I'm really excited to see where this goes. So, in this, let me give you some context for this episode for the show. Originally announced in 2022, Orphan Black Echoes takes place in the same universe as its predecessor, though several decades in the future. Human cloning is now illegal, but that hasn't stopped scientists from creating what are now called printouts. So yeah, they are just they call it 4D printing, but it's just 3D printing. I guess the fourth, I don't know, the fourth dimension is the soul or whatever. And in this episode, we meet Lucy, who, when her quiet life in the countryside is violently interrupted by forces from her past, she must escape to the city with her new chosen family to find answers, only to meet a familiar young woman who begs even more questions. As I mentioned, the show stars Kristen Ritter as Lucy, Keely Hawes as Dr. Kira Manning, Amanda Fix as Jules Lee, who we'll get to into spoilers, Avon Jogia as Jack, who is Lucy's kind of love interest. Seriela Langford is Charlie, who is Jack's daughter. Reed Diamond is Tom. He's kind of an agent. And then Tatiana Jones as Emily. She's also another agent that works either for the company that Dr. Manning is a part of, or in or a different company that just kind of works very closely with them, with that organization. So yeah, I think I've already mentioned kind of how I feel about the show in general. So we're gonna get into spoilers. I'm gonna go over some of the things that happened, some of the big picture stuff, and then we'll talk more about how I felt there or everywhere. So we meet Lucy, who's being asked questions by Dr. Manning, but she doesn't remember who she is. But it's all very intense, right? I think Lucy immediately starts kind of losing control because she feels so frustrated that she doesn't remember who she is or where she's at. We do see that she tries to find a way out of the room where she's locked. So she was sedated and left in this room. We can immediately tell that Lucy's very capable of doing a lot of things. She very easily figures out how to get out of this locked room. So she knows how to do some cool stuff, right? She's not maybe MacGyver level, but very capable for sure. After all this excitement in the room, we see that she exits into a giant warehouse facility. So they just built like a room in the middle of a warehouse to kind of host, kind of keep her there. So this is when we know that shenanigans are afoot. She runs into a lab where she finds a vat of liquid, and the doctor tells her that she is one of those printed humans. She is a clone, which is very interesting. Lucy drives to a well, she finally escapes from the facility, and we don't, after that we have the credits and a time, kind of a time jump. Uh, I don't. So my confusion there, I think this is a time jump forward, and the show was a little unclear about that, but we do meet Lucy later on, who's driving a truck, and then she has brief flashbacks to maybe when she was a child or younger. She also has a picture of a child that she carries along with her. But like I said, we don't know when or where this is, how long it's been since then. She's just living in Jack's property, like on a trailer, and she works at a field, and she's kind of a big part of this community now in the somewhere rural in a rural area. So that's kind of really fun. They really just very quickly introduce everyone. We see kind of like this new family, new community that Lucy's been taken in by. But all throughout this, she continues to have flashbacks, And as she's working on a truck, she's hit by a car and wakes up in a hospital. Like, just out of nowhere, this car comes in and just like boom, runs her over. It's not nothing too crazy with the car, but she does end up at the hospital. One of the interesting things was that as the doctor was explaining to her, like, she had scans done and all this stuff, Lucy asked if maybe one of those things could show if she's had a baby. And I think that has to do with the flashbacks and the memory loss. So she's wondering, have I had a kid, or what's going on? Who is this younger person that I continue to see in her visions, right? So Lucy, because of the hospitalization, the Dr. Manning is aware now where Lucy is, and she sends somebody from this company of agents. She sends her to look for her. And so this man ambushes Lucy in her trailer. They fight. They come out, and then Charlie ends up shooting this man. And now they have to get out. They have to leave. Jack is very frustrated because he doesn't know what's going on. He also has to care for his daughter. And Lucy hadn't really filled him in on all this. All throughout the show, we do see that Lucy has like money stashed away and a gun and like a bug out bag. So we definitely get clues that she's been on the run, and maybe this time she was trying to finally settle and it's not going that way. So uh, we get to see Lucy goes to this settlement house where she had been previously. I think earlier on she might have had some drug issues, and she ended up coming to this place to get clean. But she also goes there because she knows that it's a place where she can get some information, use a computer, and get some information on the men who attacked her and this organization that's after her. So she finally goes into the place. We do see that the Additive Foundation, that's what this place is called, where Dr. Manning works, their main job, or the main thing they do is they print out human organs. But also, I mean, we as the audience know that there's a little bit more going on there. I wish we had explored that a little bit more. It just kind of feels like here's the technology, that's what it is. But yeah, Lucy sees a young woman in the building where she found this person was coming from, and it looks like the person that she's been seeing in her visions. So a woman from the agency chases Lucy and the young girl, and we see that the doctor at some point, like Lucy takes the girl who is Keely Haas. Oh, sorry, who's Amanda Fix, who plays Jules. And I think we know from the trailers that Jules is probably a younger clone of Lucy, or a younger printout of Lucy, or what I'm thinking could be the twist or the turn that Lucy is an aged up version of Jules. So I don't know. I don't know what and that's what I'm thinking. She might have that memory loss. So I don't know where the show's gonna go with that. I just think those are kind of the things that were percolating in my head as I was getting there. At the end of the episode, we do see that Dr. Manning is related somehow to either Tatiana Maslany or somebody from the previous series, because we see some pictures in her desk with Tatiana Maslany and some of the other clones for her. So, yeah, very interesting stuff. Like I said, I don't think it's the strongest pilot episode, but I did like it enough to go back and check out the next one. So I'm gonna stay watching this, and I'll let you guys know how I enjoy it. If you've seen this episode, though, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone.